everybody, it's Brock, and we got a brand new episode of All About. Hope y'all have been having a good week. Today, we are learning all about the Galaxea coral. This one's been asked for a lot, and one of my favorite corals I've taken care of in my tank, personally. They have some great colors on them. Their movement is wild, and they're just an overall eye-catching coral to have in your tank. They're also a very hardy coral, too, so if you're a beginner, you're looking for something new, something unique, this might be a good one for you to try out. Prices on them, you usually can get one for about $40. That includes like a frag, or just depending on the store that's selling it, usually can get, a decent sized piece. And as they do sell larger pieces, of course the price is going to be a little bit higher. Hair level, I would say moderate. Temperature, you want to keep it 72 to 78. DKH 8 to 12, pH 8.1 to 8.4, and your salinity 1.023 to 1.025. Colors on them, they come in a wide variety of colors. You'll mostly see greens and blues most often. That's a real common color for the Galaxea. The one you're seeing is a very blue Galaxea. They have some that are a lot more neon green colors. And I've seen some even more rare colorations of them being purple and yellow. So they have some really, really pretty colors out there you can get. Diet, so while they are photosynthetic, they do love spot feeding liquid food, or even if you have some tiny shrimp like mysis and brine shrimp, you can squirt those over the heads of the coral and they will eat that stuff up. Helps them grow, helps them stay strong, and also keeps their coloration very pretty. But of course they are photosynthetic, so they are getting most of their nutrition from the light for you. Origin, most of these are going to be aquaculture now that you buy from the store or you get online. But originally, they were from Indonesia, Fiji, along the Great Barrier Reef. They come in a lot of different places over there. Venomous, so yes, they definitely are venomous and have a powerful sting to them from those sweeper tentacles. They have some wild sweeper tentacles that swim around in the tank as they feed throughout the day and throughout the night. Now, these sweeper tentacles can be very long, very, very long. The one I've had in my tank, I'm not kidding you, I've seen sweeper tentacles get a foot long swinging around the tank trying to just catch food, and usually will end up on some of my mushrooms or my Recordias, stinging the fire out of it. So you want to make sure you put them in a spot in your tank that these sweeper tentacles can spread out very nicely, because whenever they start feeding, those tentacles get very long. Now, I'm not saying all of them are going to get a foot long. That's just rare occurrences where just this one tentacle was just going wild in the current, but you can expect a majority of them being about 3 to 6 inches long at some points during the day whenever they are feeding heavily. So make sure you give him plenty of room on all sides of him. That way he can spread those tentacles out and you don't have to worry about your other corals getting stung, because I'm telling you, they will sting the fire out of some stuff. Placement, you can really put a Galaxea anywhere. They do really well in all spots of the tank. Usually, my favorite spot to put them in is at the bottom in the sand bed, because a lot of times corals at the bottom, you can give them plenty of room around them so that they can spread out and keep growing, and you don't have to worry about anything else around it getting stung. Current, I would recommend medium to high. A lot of current on them tentacles helps them feed very well. It also helps algae not grow in between their heads. They have been bad about growing that on them whenever there's not enough current pushing against the coral, so make sure you give him a good strong current on him and he'll be very happy. Lighting, I'd say medium, nothing crazy. Par levels, 50 to 150 usually will keep these guys very happy. These ones you're seeing are actually under my Hydra 26s, and they love it. You can have them under T5s, different LEDs, even metal halides. They do really well under a lot of variety of light. Tank size doesn't really matter. As long as your nutrition is up, he has plenty of room to spread out, and you got some nice lighting up top, he'll be very happy. Now, fragging these corals, they can be fragged, and they do have many heads along them, so as long as you give them enough heads on that frag that he can continue to feed and heal from that actual injury whenever you're fragging, they can heal up very easily and continue to grow into their own little coral. However, they have a very strong skeleton, so it's not something you can easily get down in there with just some scissors and cut across. Usually they require a saw to cut. You'll see most of the frags that you buy are very sharp squares, and it's because they have one of those nice saws that can run up under it and get a nice cut through that hard skeleton. Another thing with these corals is you want to make sure your calcium and magnesium are very high. Make sure the levels are in check, because that's going to keep their skeleton very strong as it continues to grow and spread out in your tank. You know, my calcium, I usually keep it in the 400s, and then your magnesium around 1250. Now, when you do have these in your tank, they usually grow in almost like a ball formation. As new heads begin to form, you'll see they kind of curve along the rocks. Like the one you're seeing, he kind of curled around, and now he's like a little baseball of just Galaxea. Now, you will see others that are fragged. Whenever they first start to grow, they'll kind of grow left and right more, kind of having a chalice look to them. But eventually you can expect them to start to ball out as they do get bigger. Other than that, that hits on pretty much all the high level stuff of taking care of a Galaxea coral. If you do have any questions or have some additional tips and tricks that you've had in your own tank taking care of them, please leave them down below in the comments, or you can reach out to me on social media. I'll be happy to help. In case you have some lighting issues that you're not sure if you can take care of this coral, please let me know. I'll be happy to help. Make sure to like and subscribe to this video, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. And make sure to keep checking out those videos. We got tons of all about out there. Hey everybody, it's Brock, and today's video is sponsored by Dream Team Forever. Make sure to check out our website, as we just released the first ever All About tees that feature 30 fish and inverts from the series. Click the link in the description to get some for you and your family.